Okay, today we're going to talk about installing Akismet the proper way. Now, Akismet is a spam filter that works to check incoming comments for spam. If it ranks them and grades them as spam, it puts them in a trash folder that you can check if you want, or after 15 days, it'll actually delete those. Most WordPress users run into all kinds of comment spam in the course of the life of their site. So I recommend putting Akismet in right from the beginning. So we're going to take a look at installing the Akismet API key. First, getting an API key, installing it, and then letting Akismet do its work. Once it's set up, you basically never have to touch it again. So let's go to our plugins, and depending on which installation you have, it's probably already there. So we are going to update if it's giving me the opportunity. So I'm going to update, and then if you click on settings, what it's going to do is take you to a page where you get your API key. Log in or create an account to get your API key. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to Akismet, I'm going to sign in, and if I've already got a WordPress.com account, that means mysite.wordpress.com. It's a free site. If you've already got one, you can actually use that on multiple other sites. So I'm going to show you how to create one from scratch. Create an account down here at the bottom, email address, username, and a password. All right, so thanks for logging in. It doesn't have a subscription found, so we're going to sign up for a subscription. And we're just going to go with the basic to start. We can add a donation, so it's pay as you go. And the cool thing, it's saying, what is Akismet worth to you a year? And you can actually set it to 0. You can set it for $6 a year, whatever you want. And it gives you a little smiley face over here, depending on what you set it for. So you can set it for whatever you want. So I'm going to fill this out, and we're going to continue on from there. Okay, as soon as you enter in all your credentials and click submit, you get a brand new, shiny new API key. So we're going to copy that. Now we're going to go back over to our site. We have our API key, so I'm going to manually enter it. And now we've installed and activated our Akismet. So we can actually show the number of comments approved, comments beside each comment author. We can silently discard the worst and most pervasive spam so I never see it. But to start, what I recommend is put this, always put spam in the spam folder for review, and it gives you a little note. The spam in the spam folder older than 15 days is deleted automatically. Now, as you're first getting set up, this is the recommended setting, because now you can go in, check your spam folder, make sure everything's working correctly, and then if you do get worst and really horrendous spam, you can go ahead and set it to this. But I would wait, make sure that the spam filter is working correctly for your setup, making sure that no good comments get put in the spam filter, and take it away from there. Now we're going to save changes. And there you go. Now Akismet will be taking care of all of our spam. It's going to be taking care of the spam bots, the WordPress bots that are constantly trying to hack into your system, post comments. Now I'm going to go over to one of my sites that's been around for a while. It's not active, but it gives us a great opportunity to see how Akismet works. First, we're going to go over to the Akismet stats. And what we can see in either 6 month, 1 year, or all time, the Akismet stats on how Akismet is handling those spam versus what they call ham. So there's been 1,129 spams in my comments, 4 hams. In other words, 4 good comments. How many missed spams, how many false positives, and it's going to give itself an accuracy rating. And you can go through month by month to see how things are looking. Total API calls, so you can see how active the API call is for Akismet. Now let's go into comments. So here you can actually see your comments and approve them, disapprove them, mark them as spam, so that Akismet continues to learn. So here's in the yellow things that have not been approved yet. And thanks for your post. I'm a beginner and learned a lot. learned what I need to know. May God bless you. Where is that? I can see which blog post that's at, how many comments are in that. I can view that, and I can go ahead and approve it. This looks pretty good. And it tells how many of that persons have been approved. I'm going to go ahead and approve that one. It's a shame you don't have a donate button. I would surely donate to this blog. You know what? Not necessarily going to mark it as spam, but if you look, yeah, this is kind of a huge, long URL that it's coming from. It's fairly generic. So I'm just going to go ahead and trash this. I'm not going to mark it as spam. I'm just going to go ahead and trash it. Now, DSLR.com, dfilmschool.com, DSLR video setup shoot. Now, this is a trackback. Now, I can approve or delete trackbacks as well. Again, some of these, when they're generic, I just go ahead and put them in the trash. If they're obviously, here's a good example. You might even forward those door-to-door solutions with Swan MP, blah, blah, blah. That's spam. So I mark that as spam. All right, so you just go through all your comments as they come in. Now, these are ones that have not been marked, and because Akismet didn't know how to treat them, it wanted to let you go ahead and pick it and treat it. So it gives you the date that these comments were added, submitted. It gives you the URL that they were added from, or the URL that the commenter used, his email address, his or her email address. Use of additional transmitters can be some of the best things, blah, blah, blah. Pet barrier systems, pet barrier, that's not what I want to do. Rarely do I come across a blog. You get all kinds of things, because what happens is folks want to get approved, so once they're approved, they can continue to spam you. Let's go ahead and check that settings, and I'll show you where that shows up. Go into discussion. All right, down here, before a commenter appears, comment author must have previously approved comment. So that you can check on or off. And what will happen here is if they have a previously approved comment, they will continue to get their comments posted live. So turn that off, okay? Now, all comments will go through Akismet, and all comments need to get approved. Now, it's based on your preferences, but that's what I recommend. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. This is how you set up Akismet and allow Akismet to take care of all the nasty spam in your website. My name's Perry Lawrence. This has been Do Anything with WordPress. See you next time.